Hi guys, so today is the 3rd of April at 3:22 in the morning, and I'm looking at this Google Doodle as the first report, and obviously it's a reference to time. The person in the Google Doodle is John Harrison, and they're celebrating his 325th birthday. John Harrison was a self-educated English carpenter and a clockmaker who invented a marine chronometer. And the marine chronometer, if you break it down to basic English, is a water clock or a sea clock. And obviously, in relation to the tsunami event, I think maybe they're kind of given a reference to time and water with this John Harrison character. So, tsunami time, possibly. We'll see. Um, Today is also the day where this hateful letter has been sent around urging people to punish a Muslim, and they've called it Punish a Muslim Day. Hopefully, nothing like that will take place and people know better. But Muslims have been advised to unite and carry on as normal as a date dubbed Punish a Muslim Day by vile anti-Islamic thug approaches. Police said they have received no credible information that hate crimes would take place, but added officers remained on alert for potential incidents. Um, as I said, I hope that people know better than to incite and carry out violence against people. So, we'll see what happens, but, hopefully nothing at all. Just wanted to bring that to your attention as obviously that's taking place or scheduled to take place today. Trump's recent attacks on Amazon in relation to the post office, I see that as a coded message because Amazon's logo is simply Amazon with an arrow going from A to Z, or the beginning to the end. And the post office is obviously something connected to mail, letters, or messages. And the message could be that Trump is conveying, whether subliminally or not, is the beginning and the end message. So, or the beginning and to the end message. So, I see that as the kind of, coded language that's being used, and that could be a possible reference if it's interpreted that way. On to April the 18th, as it's another one of the watch days. So just want to put this out there ahead of time. The Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and Donald Trump are to meet in Florida at Mar-a-Lago on April the 18th. On April the 18th, the key resolve part of the exercises between South Korea and America will have begun. I think it should be, starting around that April the 14th or something. They haven't given an exact date, but the Fall Eagle exercise started April the 1st, and the key resolve exercise will follow later in the month, around that time. At the same time, South Korea and North Korea are holding a preparatory meeting before their actual meeting on April the 27th. So they'll be meeting on April the 18th at the same time, obviously, as the Japanese Prime Minister is meeting Donald Trump, and the key resolve exercises are going on. 2 years ago, on April the 18th, would be when they put up the Arch of Palmyra, or the Arch of Baal, in central London, Trafalgar Square. So that will be a 2-year anniversary on April the 18th. Something to obviously pay attention to, look out for. Baal in Geotic occultic writings is known as one of the 7 princes of hell. So the fact that they're erecting an arch to such a being in the middle of London should kind of draw your attention to it. Typically they do these things in threes, so you'd think after 3 years, in terms of April the 18th, 2019, that something like that would happen. But 2018 has been a crazy year. It looks like the year where all these things are happening. So regardless of whether it's 2 or 3 years after the actual event, I'll pay attention to it. So it's also the day of military glory for Russia, the day the Russian soldiers in the Battle of the Ice under the command of Prince Alexander Nevsky defeated some German soldiers. So, more significance even for Russia. And we have Israel as well, of course, celebrating Yom Hazikaron, and basically it's a memorial day for the fallen soldiers of Israel and victims of terrorism. The Independence Day of Israel follows the next day on April the 19th. However, they will be celebrating the Independence Day on April the 18th with various different activities going on. But there's a lot of references to 70, obviously, because it's their 70th year. So in April, Israelis will celebrate the 70th anniversary of the establishment of the Jewish state as marked by the Hebrew calendar. And there will be 70 hours of celebrations in Israel society that connect us all. The events are tailored for both young and veteran audiences, for entire families, and also for Jews around the world. In Israel's Independence Day will begin with a torch lighting ceremony the evening of Wednesday, April 18th, and continue through Shabbat. Events over the 3 days will include Israel and the World Sing Together, in which Israelis and diaspora Jews will sing simultaneously, a fireworks show, a 70-kilometer party that will rave across the country from Tiberias to Eliat, and a parade of lights planned for Thursday night, illustrating Israel's success and innovation. There's also a pre-Shabbat 70th Horror, which will be held at 4 p.m. on Friday. So obviously a lot of references to 70 being their 70th anniversary or 70th Independence Day, and a lot of things going on April 18th as well across the world in relation to kind of like peace and safety, really. President Donald Trump and Shinzo Abe discussing peace and safety, I'm guessing, at Mar-a-Lago. The North Koreans and South Koreans with their preparatory talks referring to peace and safety. The military drills for peace and safety. It's all kind of referenced there. And obviously the Arch of Baal being put up 2 years ago on that day is of particular significance to me, because obviously it's in London, so I'll be paying very close attention to that. I might even take a trip down to central London one of these days just to have a look around, see what I can see. With that, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. So you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and God bless.